Have you ever wondered how much power exists in the present moment? Today we dive into the essence of Eckhart Tolle's bestseller, The Power of Now. In the bustling world we live in, it's easy to get caught up in the past's regrets or the future's anxieties. However, Eckhart Tolle, spiritual teacher and author, challenges this mindset in his transformative book, The Power of Now. Tolle invites us to explore the concept of time not as a linear journey, but as a series of present moments, each filled with potential and power. Eckhart Tolle himself is a fascinating figure. Born in Germany, he experienced a profound spiritual awakening in his late 20s that led him to abandon his academic career and dedicate his life to understanding and teaching the principles of spirituality and consciousness. The Power of Now is more than just a book. It's a phenomenon that has touched millions of lives worldwide. With translations in over 50 languages, it's a testament to the universal appeal of its message. The book's impact is far-reaching, influencing not only individuals seeking personal growth but also psychologists, therapists, and spiritual leaders who have incorporated Tolle's teachings into their practices. The core of The Power of Now is a simple yet profound idea: finding peace and enlightenment in the present moment. Tolle argues that most of our suffering comes from our mind's tendency to dwell in the past or project into the future. By learning to live fully in the present, we can free ourselves from the chains of time and discover a deep sense of stillness and peace within. Of course, understanding this concept is one thing, but learning to live it is quite another. That's where The Power of Now comes in. The book serves as a guide, leading us step by step towards a more mindful, present, and ultimately fulfilling life. As we delve into each chapter, prepare to rethink your understanding of time and presence. Chapter 1 takes us on a journey of self-discovery, posing the question, are you your mind? It's a thought that has probably never crossed your mind, no pun intended. We are so intertwined with our thoughts, our worries, our plans, that we often forget there is a distinction between our minds and our true selves. Eckhart Tolle, the author of The Power of Now, challenges this common misconception. He argues that our identification with the mind creates a false self-image, a self-image that is often the root of unnecessary pain and suffering. Have you ever found yourself lost in a spiral of negative thoughts or held captive by your anxieties about the future? That's your mind asserting control, creating problems that don't exist in the present moment. So if we are not our minds, then who are we? Tolle invites us to explore our consciousness, the part of us that observes our thoughts without judgment or engagement. This consciousness, Tolle suggests, is our true self. It is separate from our mind, our body, and our emotions. It is the silent observer, the stillness underneath the mental noise. But how do we break free from the stronghold of our minds? Tolle recommends a simple yet profound technique: presence. By grounding ourselves in the present moment, we can observe our thoughts as they come and go without getting swept away in their current. It is in this state of presence that we can find inner peace and freedom from our mind's incessant chatter. This idea may seem counterintuitive. After all, our society places a high value on intellectual thought and mental activity. However, Tolle is not suggesting we abandon our minds altogether. Rather, he encourages us to cultivate a healthier relationship with our minds, one where we are in control, not the other way around. The first step towards enlightenment, as Tolle suggests, is understanding that you are not your mind. Chapter 2 presents a bold proposal: consciousness as the path to escaping pain. Eckhart Tolle introduces a revolutionary perspective on suffering, seeing it not as an inevitable part of life, but as a manifestation of the mind. The mind, he tells us, is a powerful entity, capable of creating and holding on to pain. Tolle paints a picture of pain, not as a physical sensation, but as a mental construct. He argues that our minds have the ability to create and amplify feelings of suffering based on our past experiences and perceptions of the future. This pain, he suggests, is not real in the truest sense, but is a product of our mind's constant chatter and incessant need to dwell on the past and worry about the future. So how do we escape this self-inflicted pain? Tolle suggests the answer lies in consciousness. But what does it mean to be conscious? According to Tolle, consciousness is about being present in the now, completely aware of the current moment, devoid of past regrets or future anxieties. It's about observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. When we become conscious, we step outside the confines of our mind. We disengage from the mental chatter and focus on the present moment. We stop feeding the pain with our thoughts and allow it to dissolve. We realize that we are not our thoughts, we are not our pain, we are the observer, the consciousness behind them. This shift to consciousness, Tolle argues, is the key to overcoming pain. By stepping into the present moment, we free ourselves from the shackles of past regrets and future worries. We stop feeding the pain and allow it to dissolve. We become aware of our thoughts and emotions, but we no longer allow them to control us. We become the masters of our minds, rather than its slaves. Embrace consciousness, escape the shackles of pain. That's the powerful message from Chapter 2. As we journey into the heart of Tolle's teachings, we are led to a profound understanding. The power to overcome pain lies within us, in the power of now. In Chapter 3, Tolle reveals the true power of the present moment. He encourages us to strip away the weight of past regrets and future anxieties, to fully embrace the now. This is not just a simple change of focus, but a profound shift in how we perceive and experience life. Imagine life as a series of moments, each one a snapshot of now. Yet, our minds often operate outside of this frame, constantly reliving the past or projecting into the future. Tolle suggests that this mental time travel, while natural, can lead us astray. It disconnects us from the richness of the present and leaves us feeling unfulfilled and anxious. The solution, Tolle proposes, is to move deeply into the now. This involves cultivating a mindful presence, a state of active, open attention on the present. It's about experiencing life as it unfolds, without judging it or trying to change it. It's about allowing ourselves to feel deeply, to sense fully, to live authentically in each passing moment. The benefits of such a shift are profound. When we inhabit the now, we find that many of our fears and insecurities simply evaporate. They are, after all, products of our past memories or future speculations. In the now, there is just us and the moment. There is clarity, there is peace, there is joy. Moreover, living in the now can free us from the tyranny of our thoughts. It allows us to observe our thinking rather than being swept away by it. We become aware that we are not our thoughts, but the awareness behind them. This realization can be incredibly empowering. It opens the door to inner peace and personal transformation. Tolle reminds us that the journey into the now is not always easy. It requires patience, practice, and perseverance. But the rewards are well worth the effort. As we learn to let go of past regrets and future worries, we discover a wellspring of peace and contentment within ourselves. We begin to understand that the key to happiness is not somewhere out there in the future, but right here, right now. The key to inner peace, as Tolle suggests, lies in the power of now. As we move into chapters 4 to 8, Tolle takes us deeper into his philosophy. Here he delves into the profound concepts of surrender, enlightenment, and the connection with the source, each one a stepping stone in our journey towards self-realization. In chapter 4, Tolle explores the idea of surrender, not as an act of defeat, but as a powerful state of acceptance. Acceptance of the present moment as it is, without resistance, allows us to experience life fully and authentically. He implores us to surrender our anxieties about the past and future, urging us to embrace the now. Chapter 5 delves deeper into this state of surrender, where Tolle introduces us to the concept of the pain body. This is the accumulated emotional pain that many of us carry within us, a hindrance to our spiritual growth. By surrendering to the present moment, we can dissolve the pain body, thus freeing ourselves from our emotional baggage. Moving on to Chapter 6, Tolle illuminates the path to enlightenment. He suggests that the key to enlightenment lies within us, in the stillness of the present moment. By quieting the incessant chatter of our minds, we can tap into this stillness and experience a profound sense of peace and clarity. Chapter 7 further explores the idea of enlightenment, with a focus on the role of relationships. Tolle posits that our relationships serve as mirrors, reflecting our state of consciousness. By being present and attentive in our relationships, we can foster deeper connections and experience spiritual growth. Finally, in Chapter 8, Tolle discusses the connection with the source. This source, he explains, is the essence of who we are, the consciousness that underlies our existence. By connecting with this source, we can experience a sense of unity with all of existence, a state of being Tolle describes as being. Chapters 4 to 8 challenge us to surrender, to connect, and to find our own path to enlightenment. Each chapter is a call to action, urging us to live fully in the present moment, to embrace the power of now. In the final chapters, 9 and 10, Tolle guides us on our journey towards enlightenment. Eckhart Tolle believes that enlightenment is not a distant goal or a state of perfection to be reached in the future. Instead, it is a journey, a process, and it begins in the here and now. He suggests that we can achieve enlightenment by fully embracing the present moment and disconnecting from the mind. Tolle says our minds are often cluttered with thoughts of the past or worries about the future. This mental noise prevents us from truly living in the present. He urges us to recognize this noise for what it is, merely thoughts, and not the reality itself. When we manage to disconnect from our mind, we can start to become aware of the present moment. This is where the magic happens. Tolle describes the present moment as the gateway to a heightened state of consciousness, and eventually, enlightenment. This doesn't mean we should stop thinking altogether. Instead, we should aim to be aware of our thoughts without being consumed by them. When we become the observer of our thoughts, we can choose to engage with them or let them pass. This practice, Tolle suggests, can help us find inner peace and clarity. Tolle also emphasizes the importance of accepting the present moment as it is, without judgment or resistance. He suggests that when we resist what is, we create unnecessary suffering. On the other hand, when we accept the present moment, we align ourselves with the flow of life, and we open ourselves up to the transformative power of the now. In essence, Tolle's journey towards enlightenment is not about striving for some lofty spiritual goal. It's about being fully present, aware and accepting of the now. It's about finding peace in the midst of everyday life, and in doing so, awakening to our true nature. The journey towards enlightenment, according to Tolle, is a journey into the now. As we conclude our exploration of the power of now, let's reflect on the key lessons from this enlightening book. Our journey through Eckhart Tolle's masterpiece has brought us face to face with the profound truth that we are not our minds. We've learned that our minds are simply tools, and that our true essence lies far beyond the realm of thoughts and emotions. The constant chatter of the mind often distracts us from the very essence of existence, the present moment. The power of now encourages us to disconnect from our minds, and to instead immerse ourselves in the now. The past is but a memory, and the future is a projection. The only true reality is the present moment. By anchoring ourselves in the now, we can experience life in its rawest form, free from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. But how does one achieve this disconnection? Tolle suggests observing our minds without judgment, watching our thoughts as they come and go, like clouds in the sky. This practice of mindfulness helps us to recognize that we are the observer of our thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. As we delve deeper into the present moment, we begin to understand that pain and suffering are merely products of our mind. They stem from our resistance to what is. Tolle teaches us that by accepting the present moment as it is, we can free ourselves from the cycle of pain. This acceptance is not a resignation, but a recognition of what is, leading us to a state of peace and serenity. The power of now also presents us with the path to enlightenment. Enlightenment, according to Tolle, is not a destination, but a journey. It's a shift in consciousness where we realize our true nature, beyond the confines of the mind and the physical form. This journey towards enlightenment is personal and unique to each individual. It's a path of self-discovery, where we learn to connect with our true selves and the world around us. In essence, the power of now is a call to awaken, to break free from the illusions of the mind, and to experience life in its purest form. It's a guide to finding peace and serenity in a world that's often chaotic and unpredictable. It's a reminder that the key to a fulfilling and meaningful life is not in the past or the future, but in the present moment. So, as we close this chapter, let's carry with us these vital lessons. Let's strive to live more consciously, more mindfully, and more in the present. Let's observe our thoughts without judgment and accept the present moment as it is. Let's embark on our unique journey towards enlightenment, guided by the wisdom of Eckhart Tolle. Remember, the power of now is within you. Embrace it, live it, and find your own path to enlightenment.